All right, yeah, I'm live. Go on. Stay on the phone with me, but go check the YouTube. So what's up, y'all? Anyway, live with Mask early in the morning. We were going back and forth about the video yesterday, and then he just sent me something that's very interesting. Shoot, I might as well show you guys. See, I'll wait for him to link in. Turn the damn fan off. Where is he at? Yeah, I'm still here. I'm waiting for you to link up. You just turning your computer on. All right. All right. So while I'm waiting on him, I'm gonna look for this video real quick. I want y'all to hear something. It's interesting. Interesting as shit, though. So remember yesterday, I showed y'all how Gaddafi's mom is getting into it with Napoleon and his brother, saying that she feels they had something to do with her son's death. And he's like, "Oh, we told you it was her cousin, and it wasn't us. And ever since we stopped giving you money, we started tripping." Now, here's the thing. The interesting thing about this is what it said in '96 about how he gets killed. There ain't nobody talking about it was no accident or nothing like that. They saying it was streets, and that's what the streets do, and shit happens. Oh, okay, there you are. I see you. Yo, Mass.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. All right, so let them hear this real quick, and then we'll finish up.
Assault charge, this one in Las Vegas last September, the night rap star Tupac Shakur was killed. A hotel security manager took the stand, and she said she did not actually see Knight beat the man up that's seen in this surveillance video. It's very poor quality, obviously. That testimony could save Knight from 9 years in prison. And a member of Tupac Shakur's entourage, a witness to the shooting that left the rapper mortally wounded, has himself been killed. The murder on Sunday is further complicating an investigation already hindered by uncooperative witnesses. UPN's Sue Keenan has the story.
He was a rapper who toured with Tupac Shakur. 19-year-old Yafeu Fula was shot in the head early Sunday morning on the third floor of the housing project where he was visiting his girlfriend. She found him slumped on the hallway floor, said he'd made a joke as he answered the door.
He said, "Yeah, what if somebody coming to kill me?" And we all started laughing, like, just get the door. And then he came and opened, and he came to the door.
And then you heard the gunshot. Late today, police were holding two juveniles in connection with the murder. On the streets of Montclair, where the young rapper grew up, friends listened to his music and angrily objected to reports Fula's death was in some way connected to the fact he'd been part of Tupac Shakur's entourage the night he was gunned down 2 months ago in Las Vegas.
People have it as rap this and you know what I'm saying, witness the Tupac's murder. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Well, he just fell a victim to the streets. This Essex County, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing else.
It's just sad that he had to go at 19. You know?
Many friends now mourning his death believed Fula and Shakur were half brothers. It is clear they were close, both shown here with the West Side symbol that stands for gangster rap. And while the investigation is continuing, police at this point do not believe there is any connection between the murders of the two men. Sue Keenan, UPN News 13.
All right, there's so much wrong with that, whole situation. There's too much wrong with that. For one, why was it just the streets and it just happened? That's Fatal Hussein telling us that. This is Montclair, wherever he said. And it turns out it's Napoleon's cousin. That just doesn't sit right to me because it's too close. It's like if it was set up and then all this other stuff is coming out and they're like, no, they didn't have nothing to do with each other when it comes to them both being killed. But it just doesn't seem, something seems funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Even them saying 2 months later, it's like, what do you mean 2 months later? I thought it was like a day after that he got killed. But whatever, even if you want to say 2 months later, why is the name of the projects Orange?
Orange 33.
Right. Like, and why was Tupac wearing orange that night at Vegas?
Yep. Also, what do they call New Jersey? Brick City?
Yeah.
Like masonry.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean by that. And that is pretty slick. Yeah, that's one I never thought about, but that's pretty clever. So why just yesterday is there a big controversy about Napoleon or Gaddafi's mom questioning Napoleon's involvement with with her son's death, and him saying that his cousin did it, and he admits that his cousin did it, and then we get the video of him visiting his girl. Like, why would he go to? Remember, Gaddafi's at his girlfriend's house, so why is Napoleon's cousin going to his girlfriend's house, playing shooting somebody? Because remember, it's an accident. They say as soon as he opened the door, the gun went off.
Two different stories.
Yeah, two completely different stories. And that doesn't seem like an accident. Like, who plays like that? Who knocks on somebody's door? Say his girlfriend answered the door. Because you're not at Gaddafi. Yeah, this shit don't sound right. Yeah, that's wrong. They fucked up big time with this story. This shit don't make no damn sense.
Unless it's not supposed to.
Which, yeah, if the whole thing, I mean, that's the whole Tupac hoax thing, where it's like it's not going to add
be
up.
Confusing,
right? But it's not confusing anymore. Now it's more like y'all was lying. Y'all lying about all this stuff. And then that lets me know other people have been lying because they're in the industry. So how could they?
I saw I saw a photo of Gaddafi's mum. I thought she was white for a second.
She was really high yellow.
Yeah, she looks like she's white or mixed.
Okay, think about it. White is the like the complete alternative, the diametrical opposite. What about a Spanish lady?
Or Jewish.
No, think about it. What about a Spanish lady?
Uh,
There's a there's a reason I'm saying that.
Puerto Rican.
No, just Spanish, Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just a Spanish lady. The reason I'm saying this is because Tupac's auntie escapes to Cuba.
Also,
Tupac,
Napoleon's half Puerto Rican.
okay, he escapes to Cuba. Tupac has more songs where he's referencing Spanish over Jewish or white. You know what I'm saying? He has songs where he's basically talking Spanish to a girl. He's getting at a girl, but she's obviously Spanish because he's using Spanish language. Um, he's talking about, getting peace on the sets with the Mexicans. You know, um, he he does a lot of Spanish referencing. Okay, I've already said that I believe he's not a black man. I believe they are Spanish. I believe they're Cubans. You know what I'm saying? Now Puerto Ricans, Cubans, whatever, it really doesn't matter. But I think they have a lot of Spanish ties because how did Chesedek escape to Cuba? Like, how did she
Yep.
take, like I said, a mystery boat ride through the night and made it to Cuba? Like, how?
And the US didn't kidnap her back.
Right. They didn't get hurt. This is a cop killer. It's a woman cop killer, and it's in the times of helicopters.
Even that, they could just take her out there and say something happened to her.
That too. But she made videos and all different types of stuff, and I don't know.
Also, the US wouldn't make a deal with the Cuban government. We'll give
Supposedly.
we-
You know what I'm saying? Supposedly, because they weren't supposed to make a deal with Russia, but they did a deal for a basketball player for the Merchant of Death. You know what I'm saying? So this is very see, all the funny stuff is coming out to show itself. It's just people aren't reacting the way they're supposed to. That whole deal was weird.
not to mention his aunt has a CIA Fed last name. His step aunt has a Fed last name, Shakur.
Well, shoot, they all do. I know what you're saying. Yeah, she's a Shakur also, because that's what I was telling people. I'm like, that name is like a government name, And yeah, we did discuss last time how nobody's ever talked about the guy who's the originator of the name. Like nobody's ever. It's
Pac's
always
mum's first husband.
Right.
Which also doesn't make sense. Why would her husband take the last name of her ex-husband?
That, and why is the auntie a Shakur when she's not sleeping with the husband? Why are you a Shakur? Why is these other people Shakur? It's like, why are anybody a Shakur if she's the only one messing with a dude named Shakur? So maybe because he doesn't exist and it's a made up character. And that's what I'm saying. It's an alias for pro black operatives, in the ghetto. That is a name. That is an alias. Shit is wild, man. The shit is wild because Like I said, they just told us. We seen all the kids. They were just there. Fatal agreed. Okay, it's just the streets. It just happens. He's
Mm.
at his girlfriend's house. He ironically tells her before he opens the door, "Oh, what if somebody's here to kill me?"
What
"Oh, you so
what
stupid. Just open the door."
what
So he opens
what
the door.
what what do Gaddafi and Hussein Fatal have in common?
Besides being from the outlaws, I don't know.
Both of her deaths involve a girlfriend.
Hmm. Yeah. Car accident, girl. Gaddafi girlfriend.
One shot and the other one dies in a car crash. Doesn't that sound like Tupac in Vegas? In a car and getting shot at? One gets shot and the other one dies in a car
I mean, I
accident.
get what you're saying. You're saying you put both of their stories together. That's what happened to Pac. Pac gets
Yeah.
shot in a car. Okay, one of
Yeah.
them dies in a car crash, and the other one gets shot.
Mm.
Okay, where is Pac on his way to go? 662 to meet up with who? Quincy Jones' daughter. That was his girlfriend at the time.
Mm.
Um, I mean, yeah, if you look at it that way, yeah, you're like, yo, that's kind of very similar. Like if they're going to keep this story just rolling, it's just going to be the
Mm.
same story over and over and over again, switched up, told
Oh,
different,
you,
same story.
you know what I find funny? The, the only Native American thing Pac done was he had I think it was a Native American friend. He told the outlaws when he dies, he wants them to smack his ashes.
Yeah, they talked. I mean, somebody claimed that that wasn't true, and it was one of the outlaws. Like one of them said, "We thought Idi Amin who said that shit." He's talking to Vlad,
Yeah.
and he's like, "We thought we smoked his ashes, but we didn't." And it's like that's another giveaway that is like, Pac's not dead.
It
First of all, y'all
and
just smoking random dead people. Y'all just smoking random dead people. Like, shut the fuck Yo, we thought it was Pac, but it wasn't. But y'all smoked it. Yeah. Okay. So who the fuck did you smoke? Y'all just
so,
smoking people. Just, come on, bro. Like
something
this damn show got to do with the devil. This damn show got to do with some devil work because motherfuckers are talking about smoking people's ashes. That ain't the people they supposed to be smoking. We thought it was Pac's ashes, but it wasn't. So who the
some
fuck's ashes did you smoke?
look, something interesting. If you notice, Young Noble tends to talk about Tupac a lot,
Uh,
which doesn't, which is interesting in a weird way because he only knew Pac for 2 months.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I know what you mean by that. Shit.
So,
Yeah, that's I can't explain that one either. Yeah, because he wasn't around very long. So I don't. I mean, Pac does have to go to sleep. He has to take a shit. I don't know how in 2 months you can have every single story intact. And you're like, nah. I can't say yo. I can't call that one. I can't call that
yeah.
one. I mean,
But to be fair, Edie was Pac's brother-in-law, but Noble talks more than him.
shit. There's a lot of weird shit. Like
It's mm, it's a
it's like
good,
if they gave Pac his own like periods with different shit. You know what I'm saying? With the
yeah,
East
cause
Coast, with the Bay, with
so,
LA. It's like they gave him these little pockets for like a 2 year period to where they have all these stories to have with Pac, but it's like it just seems set up.
It it's as if what like with the songs, Tupac songs with the Outlaws, you'd have a couple of songs with these members, a couple of songs with these members, and then you wouldn't hear from like these members, but you'd hear from these members.
This
It's
shit is just fugazi, yo. Like,
so I think the hoax mentioned this, but Tupac in a way is like Jesus, and the Outlaws are kind of his disciples.
well, shoot, you see what people are doing today. You know, you see
The same
the
thing could be
cult
said for
following.
Biggie.
The cult following is there.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, something interesting there is after Biggie and Pac died, the Outlaws and Junior Mafia weren't really
Beefing
it's like
anymore.
not that, it's like they weren't in the spotlight. Their time was like their period of like spotlight was done, and they were more like undergroundy.
Well, that's because that's what they was. You know, they really were just, show muscle. You know what I'm saying? It's like they weren't what you would call
Important.
right. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the
A,
thing.
a, A tier.
Yeah, they were, just secondary artists. They were like
Mm, the
there to be the illusion of.
backup.
Remember, these guys aren't from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the illusion. We
a-
gotta have
a-
this muscle around.
and you can't prove they're from the streets.
Well, Biggie went to a Catholic school,
Mm.
so he shouldn't be on the streets. You know what I'm saying? That means like you're just going completely against what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, he's from the project, bro. He's Jamaican. Jamaicans don't
Yeah.
run it like regular blacks. Like his mom's strict as fuck. So he was a fuck up. If you're going to say that, if you're going to put it that way, then he didn't have to do that shit. He chose to be a knucklehead. Uh, Tupac, he has the story of the struggle and everything like that, but the
Drama
background is just
school.
weird. No, the background is just weird. It's
Yeah.
like this Black Panther in the time of them being most ridiculed. She wins this case by herself. You know what
The,
I'm saying? She has no lawyer degree. Like she's just a regular person. She
uh,
wins this
y-
case by herself.
if- the courts look down on self lawyering, don't they?
No, it's just like I said, it's a girl
Doesn't make sense.
that's a
And
that's a panther. You know what I'm saying?
remember,
She's a terrorist.
remember, remember, the hoax also said during her hearing they watched a movie as evidence.
Yeah, I remember he said something like that.
Which,
I'm
how do
just
you
saying
get
the
off?
story period is weird. Like this, think about it. If you know anything about the Panthers, then you know most of the men got murdered. Why the the most famous women? Think about it. Angela Davis makes it all the way through.
Mhm.
She's a Marxist. She's on like she has radical leftist, credit in her. Okay, cool. Then you have Chesedek. Chesedek escapes to Cuba. All the men get killed. She escapes to
Yeah.
Cuba. Then you have Afeni Shakur. She beats a federal case by herself. This shit sounds fake as hell. Like it
Did,
just it sounds fake. All of it sounds fake. It
did the
just
men
doesn't.
actually get killed?
I'm just listening Hey, yo, what's up, Lake Bloom? I see. I'm just analyzing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just analyzing this. And the ones that kind of had something really to say, like the Fred Hamptons, they smoked them. They killed them out. When it comes to Huey P. Newton, his story is not really about him getting killed by like the police. His story is he's killed by his own people in a faulty drug deal, which can be true because he was doing dope. So, and I will never understand that. That's the same thing I say about Pac all the time. I'm like, for a guy who's around all these political activists, he never really had any enlightening things to say. We know more about Egypt than Tupac. We know more about West Africa than Tupac. Tupac didn't talk about nothing. He wore the little West African attire and same song, but he never said anything. He had a
Uh,
Nefertiti tattoo on his chest. He never once talked anything Egyptian. He never brought up any science. It's
I,
like,
I,
how are you around all these dudes if you don't? I'm around it. So if I have some information, this shit is thousands of years old. We're talking about Egypt. Okay, that's thousands of years old. Okay, I was around these dudes for a little bit. I was around the RBGs. I learned this stuff. So why didn't Pac have any knowledge to say? Because this shit is fake. It's fake as shit. That's why none of the Black Panthers ever talked about anything in Africa. You're talking about all this Africa stuff, you know nothing about Africa. That's weird. That's weird. That makes no sense. And yes, you're right. The Huey, yes, the 33, yes, 3 shots. I remember this. Tupac was damn sure put that one out. But like I said, it's adding up. If we're getting to crime scenes that people's mothers are talking about, like I'm surprised. I gotta try to email Tupac Hoax and ask him about that. Like, yo, you ain't heard this shit. You ain't heard that. His mom is questioning Napoleon. Napoleon is admitting it was his cousin, but then at the end of the day, we watched the old tape. Gaddafi's at his girlfriend's house. So how's it an accident? Who goes to somebody's girlfriend's house, fakes like they're going to shoot, at the door? Because as soon as he opens the door, he gets shot. What the fuck is going on here? This shit don't make no sense at all. We got the old footage, like, and yo, shout out to Shadowmask. Shadowmask, the one who hit me with that shit. I'm like, whoa, wait. He's at his girlfriend's house. And if you read the book, he's walking down the street. It's like there's 3 different stories. There's 3 stories. There's 3 stories. One, he's shot outside of the project. He's outside. The one that we just watched, he's at his girlfriend's house. The Napoleon story is it's an accident from his cousin. Why is his cousin walking to Gaddafi girlfriend house? Why the fuck is he going to Gaddafi girlfriend house? He young as hell. Why would he even be going over there? Okay, then why would he knock on the door, play like he's going to shoot him and then shoot him? Then why is Gaddafi telling his girlfriend before he even opens the door, oh, it's probably somebody coming here to kill me? The shit is set up. Like, set the fuck up. This shit is fake as shit. And if you just look at the background of Pac's, entourage, when you get to the Black Panthers, there's some weird stuff with them too. So it's like, who did he learn from? You know what I'm saying? Who was the orchestrator of it? That's why I say it's his mom. His mom knew the shit in advance. That's why his dad couldn't be around. She took an oath a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Who is Billy Garland? Unless his name's Leslie Crooks, simply because of the lesbian relationship she had in jail while she was pregnant. And so while he's born, that's just what she calls him, Leslie Crooks. But it's like, that's not even her name. Her name's Anna Faye fucking something. I forgot. The whole thing is weird. The whole thing is weird as hell. But I don't believe that. Matt, you still there?
yep.
All right. I don't believe that it's just a regular case. It's just a tragedy of reality, and this guy's thug life living, and he just gets killed in Vegas because they're already saying it's not even KVD. They're saying it's a guy named Dre. So why is KVD admitting to something that he didn't do?
And why did Vlad even have him on his channel?
No, remember Vlad didn't cooperate with the police. They asked me, but I didn't cooperate. Why would you cooperate when they already have the footage, bro? They don't need your cooperation. You already cooperated. What are you talking about? That's like a fucking informant saying, I didn't say anything. Of course you didn't say anything. The tape did the talking. What the fuck? Like, people, Vlad thinks he's slick. He's not slick at all. Vlad knew exactly what he was doing because he knew KVD didn't even shoot him. Remember, they're saying it's Dre. They're saying it's Big Dre who shot him. So isn't Big Dre deceased? Didn't they show us the people in the car? Everybody's dead. Come on, how ironic. How, like, what?
Dre, like Dr. Dre.
That too. But the weirder thing is, if Dre's the one who's the shooter, then why the fuck would KVD have the bullets at his house? Why would they even think that? Wait a minute, what? Never seen Billy in Harlem. Interesting. Zip is mentioning giving a gun to KVD. Zip owned a club in Harlem in the 2000s. I already know you're talking about Puffy. I already know that's what you're saying. You're saying that Puffy's the one who set it up. But,
I have another theory.
What?
All these subplots are distractions from Tupac himself.
I mean, look at it like this. It's supposed to be East Coast, West Coast beef. But both of the beef is coming from two East Coast people.
Cool.
Keep this in mind. Okay, as far as Puff Daddy goes, Tupac is saying the whole businessman style is his. Let's talk about Versace. You copied my style. Okay, they went to this model photo shoot or whatever, and Pac's wearing Versace. Pac's the one that's getting deals from Versace. Okay. When you put it together, it's like, could Puffy be working for Pac? It's possible. It's possible because if he's the one with the connections, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember, Diddy, they're saying he's a fun boy. So I don't know. I honestly don't. Go ahead.
Off topic, I was gonna say, I always found I find it interesting that Puffy was the artist who done the first. He done the first song for the Wu-Tang Clan that wasn't done by the RZA when he done the remix for All I Need Is You. From Method Man.
I mean, remember, look, all this shit is like they just had everybody mad at Special Ed. because he's like, oh, NWA's the destruction of hip hop, or it's the start of the downfall. But what people don't get is the question that was asked: who, who? He's like NWA or Wu Tang, and it's like
Tupac.
people keep no, but people keep saying Wu Tang is for the children. Method Man just admitted on Drink Champs that he used to buy dust off Big L. So it's like these are waterheads, which I've already knew that. I already knew Staten Island's been, off the juice. Like I already knew that. But what I'm saying is ODB, yeah, we like Wu Tang and all that, but when they talk about for the children, be it's like, really, was it? Really? So, why did they give you a double-edged sword? Why are they saying one side is grimy, but the other side is just as grimy? It's like when Common comes out with, I used to love her and all this different stuff, you're saying it as if Coogee Rap hasn't already made Rikers Island. Like if there's not already like they were saying, KRS first album, he has a gun on it. It's called Criminal Minded, motherfucker. It's like, what knowledge really was he talking about? He really didn't have no knowledge he was saying. So it's all on how you look at it. People are mixing stuff. But I think that's what it's supposed to be. It was always supposed to be confusing anyway. Our last video, that's what we were talking about, was hip hop really made for people? And it's like, not really. It's kind of made for like zombies. You know what I'm saying? It's made to
It,
control your mind. That's the whole point of it.
even Public Enemy had Flavor Flav.
Exactly. A crackhead. That's the weird thing. It's like, and that's
Who,
true. You smoke crack.
who,
So
who, he's also related to the RZA.
yeah. Yeah.
And
Which is related to ODB, which is related to the Jizza. Yeah.
and he dated Bill O'Reilly's ex-wife.
Not even just that. He dated fucking the white girl of the like middle 80s. Like fuck, Bridget something, Bridget Nielsen, something like that. It's like, bro, that was the fucking Russian's wife off Rocky. That was fucking Cobra, bro. That was the tall bitch from Beverly Hills Cop 2. It's like, how the fuck did he get that? How does that even happen? But I've said stuff like that since the 70s. I've said shit like that with Rick James. I'm like, how did he get Tina Marie? How did they allow him to do that? You got this little young white girl, and she fine as hell, and she can sing her ass off, and they just let the black dude, the big cocaine head, just have her. It's like, I don't know. Like a lot of shit just seems weird, but it is what it is. Hey, the game is the way that they want to play it. Because Tupac did date Madonna. The revolutionary dated Madonna. Like a virgin. He wears
And
fucking do-rags on his head. I mean, fucking rags and shit. Aunt your mama style. It's like, they let him date Madonna?
I wonder if Madonna asked for an AIDS test.
Good question. Shit. Good question. Shit. Good ass question. But, I mean, shit. Pee Wee Herman used to be in Cheech and Chong movies sniffing cocaine under dinner tables and shit. So it's like,
Chris Rock played a crackhead too.
shit, a lot of people play crack. But I get what you're saying, though. I don't know, man. Shit's just not adding up, bro. When you really break down the whole Tupac case, there's a lot of hands involved in it. And, I know people want it to be real. And in a sense, it is. But in another sense, it's like, nah, this shit is all set up, bro. It's all propaganda. You know what I'm saying? It's all to get your mind looking at
And
one thing while they're doing all this dirt in the end.
it's funny they found this killer in the year 2023. Cause you know what the numbers backwards are.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that science, you know. because altogether it's 7.
No, 322 for Skull and Bones.
No, no, that too. But isn't Pac the whole 7-day theory?
Oh shit,
And
yeah,
three
he is.
plus 4 is 7.
Yeah,
It's like,
and
so
in the
I get
in the
it.
movie, yeah. Also, the movie Good Luck had all the sevens on the menus.
Right. I mean, like I said, I get it. You know, the whole
It's
gematria stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which to me, that's even weirder. It's like, bro, if it's already predated, then that means all celebrities are fucking bogus because if it's already in the name, it's in the numbers, and these are actors, so
what
you're not even getting these people's real names.
names or yeah or ages or family history.
They lie about ages.
Uh,
See, that's
uh,
why the
uh,
gematria shit doesn't make any sense to me because I'm like,
it's
they're stage names. So if you guys are
stage
adding up stage names, if you're adding up stage names in gematria, then how is it not that they're just creating it right there on the spot? They're creating it. It all starts with Tupac Shakur because his odd name is actually his name. It's not two PAC. No, it's TUPAC Shakur. So it's like if they're using gematria, then bro, this is where it's starting. It's starting with this weird ass name that's already made up. It's a made up name. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell people all the time, you see this whole little Indian thing going on right now. Okay, they're Aboriginals beefing with these Africans. All right, well, look at Tupac Shakur. Listen to the name you just said. You just said an Indian name and an African name. So how does he have this Indian name? He don't know nothing about this stuff that people are researching and finding out. But at the same time, he's knowledgeable from all these Black Panthers. It seems fake. It seems like an operative setup. It could be more than just that, and it has to be because there's kids missing. There's Epstein Island. There's Ohio recently. There's all these migrant kids disappearing that have no IDs. It's like there's a bigger thing behind the illusion. I don't think they're just having people spellbound to drink oil and just sit there and eat chicken. No, no, no. They're doing stuff.
Also, at the end of his career, he didn't really have a political song, did he?
Who, Tupac?
Yeah,
Changes. That's just the way it is.
that
Never
wasn't
gonna
on.
be the same.
That was released after he died.
I know what you mean. I know you're like, no, no, that's not true. That could be fucking AI. They could have put that shit together. Like we don't even know. Tupac's
That
last
wasn't
song
on his. That wasn't
that
on his last album. I meant when he
I
was
know,
alive, so I
I
don't
know. If you
technically
want to
count
say,
it.
if you want to smile, you know what I'm saying. But that wasn't his song though. That was
Mm,
Scarface.
it's White Man's World.
That wasn't a video. Hail Mary.
Against all odds.
Okay, you said while he was alive. To Live and Die in L.A.,
Mm,
Hail Mary, um, Toss It Up.
That went political, though.
I know I'm doing you a favor. I'm pointing out all the songs he did drop. Everywhere I
Fast
Go.
Passion.
He didn't make a Third Passion video.
You meant videos.
Yeah, videos.
I meant songs.
But they had to be like airplay because you know, then yeah, you
Yeah.
could say white man's world, you could say blasphemy, you could say
I
any
ain't
song
mad
that's
at you.
crazy, but mm, I mean, like I said, Pop was really never talking about anything anyway. None of these people are, some songs are good, but for the most part, people ain't talking about nothing. They just filling up heads with illusions. That's why they go for kids. Like I keep saying, you can tell the devil is in effect in what's going on because gangbangers recruit kids, drug dealers
Oh,
try to get kids.
yeah,
The rappers they're trying to influence the kids.
yeah,
The
yeah,
negative sexual deviancy. They're trying to influence the kids. They got drags reading for kids.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you can see it.
You mentioned Wu Tang is for the children. I remember when
Exactly.
they
Exactly.
they had a Fortnite Wu Tang update thing.
What I'm saying is the mind state is to get the youth, you know, fucking the dude who tried to like it's funny but it's not supposed to be funny, but the dude who tried to negotiate with Freddy Krueger, you know what I'm saying, he's like, everything's gonna be okay, I'm just trying to help. And Freddy's like, help yourself, fucker. And he pushes him over. And then he's like, yo, you're all my children now. And I don't think people get the symbology in that. It's like, yo, this dude is like, he gets people in their dreams. Okay,
Yeah.
what is dreams? Inspiration. All right, what are these celebrities supposed to be? People dream to be a star. All right, but they're drowning you into death. That's what they're doing. And it's like, it's just funny that Freddy Krueger's like, help yourself, fucker. Don't come over here. Go ahead.
You mentioned changes. Remember the verse? Remember the chorus?
That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
Things will never be the same.
yeah.
So what is the same? What are they talking about? Are they talking about after this fool, enters the world and influences these brains and shit? That's just the way it is.
Yes.
Tupac to me is cause can't nobody front. There's been so many Tupac duplicates. Obviously, this character was supposed to be regurgitated over and over and over again. And it's basically the man that doesn't know anything or doesn't reveal anything, but acts like they're so in the cause. People think Tupac
l-
hype was
l-
strong.
like if you've played GTA San Andreas OG, like
I mean, all that stuff is based off of Hollywood anyway. Ryder is basically O Dog from Minister Society. That's a movie. You know
or
what I'm saying?
Easy,
Or Easy. You can take both. You know what I'm saying?
and his voice was MC8.
See? It's like who was on the movie of Minister Society, MC8? Who was supposed to be in that movie? Easy E. So it's like it's the image of the thug character. You know what I'm saying? It's just Pac had an East Coast twist because that's where he's from. So it's like his hat's to the back. You know what I'm saying? Most gangster rappers from the West Coast hat was forward if you really noticed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't notice that, but West Coast people really didn't wear the hats backwards. Tupac did though.
Also, also worth mentioning. Have you noticed UK rap has gotten more popular?
UK rap?
Yeah.
UK rap's been popular. There's been a lot of
I,
UK artists.
yeah, I think have a feeling they're trying to replace US rap with UK rap.
Well, I know they want to replace it with Afro beats and like reggaeton music. I know that like that's already been leaked from Ebro. Ebro already leaked that information. So it's like, yeah, I know that.
It, if you think, you know who actually gave us Drake?
Yeah,
I'd
rap a
say
lot.
Tupac. How do you want it?
Oh, you're stupid. You're saying, I mean, well, shit, he did start kind of like the emotional rapper trend anyway. You know what I'm saying? Do for love, all that different stuff. But that's mixing the criminal aspect with it. You know what I'm saying? There's always been love songs, Heavy D, he was known for that. LL Cool J, you know what I'm saying? There's always been dudes that specialized at getting at the ladies, but when it came to feeling sorry for the criminal love, the thug love, and thug love. When it comes to thug loving, yeah, I give Pac that. He started that shit. He did. But shit, catch the train. Everybody was doing that. Like before mumble rap came out, it was there for a little bit because you had Ja Rule, and then even 50 Cent, dissed him or not, even he starts singing his choruses. So,
Mm.
you know, that train went off for a little bit, then the pimping
It,
train, then getting high, then oh no. Then yeah, niggas start getting high. Everything's about getting linked out and turned up. That's what they called it, but really they
yeah.
was just tearing their livers up. But it's the machine though. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna act like everybody's they friend. You know what I'm saying? Well, they're millionaires. They're on TV. They got to be good for you. You got your fucking mind. Like you are insane if you think everything you watch with your two eyes is good for you. You tripping. And it used to, like they said, TV used to have dignity. TV used to turn off. You know what I'm saying? You used to get the rainbow screen. Then you would wake up to wherever you are, your national anthem. Dun, 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 dun. They show the flag rising up, shit. And then, the day would start off. But no, not anymore. Now you got like
Um,
1,500 million zillion channels, and if
um,
that's not enough, now you have these little websites too. You got like Netflix, you got Hulu, you got YouTube. You motherfuckers would never go to sleep. Like
I'm surprised that they didn't have a Tupac reality TV show.
I mean, technology wasn't there yet. Remember, when Tupac dies, like the
I meant
Nintendo
now.
64 is just coming out. We're
I
just
meant
getting
now.
the 64 bits in fucking video games. We're like, that's how slim we are. We haven't even got really to cell phones like that.
Xbox wasn't even out.
Of course not. We haven't even made a Dreamcast yet. What are you talking about? Like I said, 96. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Yeah.
a DVD is like a whole nother world. Like I remember when DVDs, they didn't even like, it wasn't nothing compared to what it is today. A DVD would just have like four things you could go to play.
Options.
Yeah, option settings.
Mm,
It would just be a cover. It would just
mm,
be a cover. It wouldn't be,
mm,
leading up an action scene to it. No, no, no. It's just a cover.
mm,
You know,
mm.
it might have a little rotating background. That's about
Yes,
it. It's like, so that's why it was so easy for them to do what they were doing. All they had to do was camera tricks back then, because there wasn't a bunch of stuff where you could just keep things. And then
it,
with them introducing Photoshop, it's really hard to like show the truth about the past because people would just think you're making it up. Like, oh, nah, it's Photoshop, and it's like, nah, yo,
oh, you're crazy.
yeah. But there's no such thing as crazy anymore. That's the thing. Like, how can you say people are crazy if you're letting out criminals? You know what I'm saying? If you're letting, drags read to fucking third graders and shit. Like, bro, you can't call people crazy anymore. That's why it doesn't even make any sense politically when people are like different on opinions. It's like, how are you mad that somebody has a different opinion? Look at all the
Mm,
weird shit that's going on. The fuck? Like, hell yeah, this person should be able to think whatever they want to think because that's what you guys are doing.
mm.
I
Uh,
can't sit here and think I'm crazy for this. No, they're showing it.
I was gonna say you should mention Hussein Fatal's girlfriend thing again.
Oh, I mean the summary of that is weird
Just
that
for the
she's the one who
viewers.
crashed the car. She's the one who killed Fatal Hussein. She gets a mugshot, but you can't look up her like jail record. And why the fuck, like, How the fuck did she survive, but he didn't? That shit don't make any fucking sense at all. And why didn't nobody know about this story? Like, why wasn't it mainstream? It wasn't mainstream at all. Just, oh, Fatal dies in a car accident. His girlfriend's driving. She crashes the car. She survives. He doesn't.
They said because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt or something.
But there's only a mugshot. There's no jail record. There's like no time she sat in the box. Like there's no court dates, no nothing. We didn't get no interviews from this girl. Like for real.
No
Nothing.
TMZ. No TMZ.
TMZ was out at that time, but shit, I mean, even the KVD situation was in the Sun magazine. And I'm like, yo, that's known for bogus information. So why are they highlighting the Tupac? Like, because now Tupac is like the new Elvis. You know what I'm saying? Elvis was sighted at the golf course on whatever way that people used to always say, I seen Elvis at the diner. I swear he gave me my apple pie. And it's like, so now, I don't know. That, like I said, the whole thing is bogus. I know people will want newer information like Young Dolph and all that. Dog, he throwing the fucking Illuminati eye up on his last album, bro. What do you want? Like, what do you want from me? Oh, you shot up in front of a cookie shop. In front of a cookie shop? How many C's are in the word cookie? I'm asking you.
What was it?
How many C's are in the word cookie?
2.
No, there's only one.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but the K can be substituted for a C. So I always tell people you have to look inside of things. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever just let them just tell you something and just run with it. No. Analyze this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I was
Analyze
gonna
what's
say.
being told to you.
Oh, I was gonna say. It's funny Tupac had the Egyptian tattoos, and they say he died in Vegas, where there's Egyptian monuments and stuff.
Oh, you talking about the MGM? Was Luxor there yet?
Like he has like the Egyptian tattoo, but then
No, I know you're talking about Nefertiti, but like I said,
yeah.
was Luxor there yet? Was the MGM pyramid there yet? Like, I don't know if. I mean, I know where you running with that, but it's like that's just something to say. But, I mean, to me, that's a contradiction anyway. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the Lord, and you got a bunch of crosses around, but at the same time, you got Nefertiti. Is like what? See, most conscious people would call Pac ass backwards because that's their argument. Oh, you can't wear a cross and an unk at the same time. Okay, well, Pac had a cross on his back and a fucking Nefertiti tattoo on his chest. So, what's the oddity in that?
Yeah. Oh,
He's bogus,
he
man.
didn't. He didn't call himself Black Pharaoh.
He's bogus, yo.
Called himself Black Jesus.
Yeah, it's bogus. It's bogus as hell. Like Black Jesus. That's a good point, though. And fucking Black Jesus with Nefertiti on his chest was like, that was let my people go. See, exactly. See, cookie. See, so so it's always going to add up to the same thing. Like that's why I don't do gematria. I do numbers, numerology. Like when you deal with numbers, bro, you're always going to lead back to God because that's where it's at. It's through the numbers. It's through the add ups. Colors can work as well, but that's more just for like how can you say emotional gatherings. You know what I'm saying? If something's, dangerous, or if it's cool, or if it's in the middle, it's like you can use color schemes, but mainly
What,
numbers.
what has it? Have we been told what high school or primary school or like school Tupac went to?
School who went to?
Tupac.
You mean like third grade, fourth grade?
Yeah.
Well, he was in New York, so he probably moved. Probably went to. I forgot how they do them.
No one
P
remembers him
one
from school.
12, P147. Like New York's
But
different. They do their school system differently.
but no one
Um,
remembers him from school.
nah, I've never heard of the Tupac elementary school friend. No.
That's sus.
Um,
Um,
and we know he was in New York. We seen the pictures of him as a kid. So
it
yeah, that is interesting. Nobody. Like, yeah. I mean, we should have all of his school pictures too.
it for all you know, those childhood photos could be deep fakes too.
I mean, once I knew he went to acting school, I brushed it by as a youngster. You don't think nothing of it, but once you get older and then you get into the situation, that's when you start looking at shit like, well, maybe these motherfuckers, do. I mean, well, they're signed to contracts as kids.
Michael
There's
Jackson.
there's kid stars. There's kid actors. So it's like Mason daughters and Mason sons. I've been said that a long time ago. It's like they bring their children into it.
um, ex- except the female secret societies are more secret.
Well, yeah, they got vaginas. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think most of them are gay now? Like most women are like they're trying to turn the women out. Um, I don't believe that that's a good look, but at the same time, with how the game has changed and how now the criminal is viewed as the good guy, you can see why maybe they're pushing more towards of a lesbian aspect because there's no righteous men around, to give the women to. There's always been a slew of sluts. You know what I'm saying? There always has been, just like there's always been a slew of piece of shit criminals. There's always been those, but having those as your pawns as well, you're still going to look at the outlook at the end. There's going to always be dumb relationships. That's always going to be. But at the same time, I think the bigger effect is now they're having them argue with each other in society.
Can,
They're having them not get along.
can I take your point back to Tupac?
Go ahead.
Out of all the white women Tupac dated, he had to date the white slut Madonna.
We'll see. That's the point. Um, the only way it works the opposite is if it's the rich white guy and the nerdy black girl.
Mm,
Other than that, it's always been that way. Like they're always having, bad with bad. Say it like that. Turning good into bad. I think they like to do that when they're young, but that's the setup. Kim Kardashian, Kanye West.
It's
It's like Oh, she's a slut. He's a genius, and it's like, well, why would a genius dress like that?
Yeah.
It's like, is that the ritual? Is that the ritual? Like, you have to wear these tight jeans and these stupid ass boots. And you gotta look like a moron.
For and how do we know who makes that music?
I'm just saying, none of this shit is classics, man. None of this shit, like Michael Jackson, is still getting played, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm only here one time in my life. I can still find myself going back to
To,
Michael Jackson songs. I can
to
still
be
find myself going back to fucking Motown joints. I
to,
don't.
to be honest, Tupac's music didn't age well.
None of it is, bro. That's what I'm saying. None of it is classics, bro. When you really look back, there's hits, there's songs, but when it comes to hip hop, bro, there really isn't that many classic albums. There's a couple. I'm not saying that there isn't any. I'm not saying that there's not a Tribe Called Quest album that you can't bump from front to back. I would never tell that lie. I would never say that if you get into the old LL Cool J, you might find a song or two. But it's like
Overall,
overall, none of the music aged well.
it
None of
it
it did.
it, it, it Method Man's first album wasn't even that good.
It never was. And
Like
then
quality.
that's streetwise though. That's like street truth. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew. Everybody bought that album for the two joints on it, "Bring the Pain" and
Mm,
"Method Man." Even though that was
mm,
on Wu's first album, but there was a remix, I think.
yeah, and
Oh, and
Mary J. Blige.
yeah, and Mary J. Blige joint. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, not really. You know, um, I mean, it's hard to delve into the Wu Tang though and say, how albums aged because they were all different. Like
Different.
the Jizza is nothing like Raekwon,
Yeah.
but the Jizza, Liquid Swords, and Only Built for Cuban Links, those
Mm,
are still classic albums because they're not the same. The raps are not the same. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? It's still that cosmic flow, but it's not the same. Because one's talking about really selling drugs, one's really talking about bars and life. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Like Jizza's album is not. It's not the same cadence. It's not the same rap patterns. It's not the same thought process. It's totally different. But like I said, overall, because I could always go back to '98. '98
mhm,
had some of the best albums ever made. So it's like if you can't go to '98 and find a good album, then and it works like that with all years too. It's 98, it's 88, it's 78, it's 2008. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's the way it works. I don't know about, well, yeah, 2018 also. Shit, that was my year. But the eights, I don't know. It's just something mathematically about the eights. They always turn out a good year. So if you go back to '98 and you think about the Hard Knock Life album, you think about Lauryn Hill's solo album, you think about DMX first two albums. I think even some stuff on the West Coast was going on. I forgot who, but Wu Syndicate came out that year. Doesn't Wu Tang Forever come out in 97,
Capadonna.
98?
Or was it 97? Capadonna. Or
Oh yeah,
98.
and Wu Tang Forever I think was 97. There was a lot of stuff that came out in 98. I think Black Star came out in 98. Brand Nubian dropped a Return album in 98. A lot of stuff. Shit. We get that Rock came out in 98 or 97. I don't know. A lot of dope stuff came out in 98 though. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, it was the DMX year. You know what I'm saying? It was the year of DMX.
Mm.
He dropped two albums that year. So
Was Jay Z even popping back then?
yeah, of course. That was Hard Knock Life. That was Jay-Z's biggest year. That's when he
No.
dropped the Annie. When he dropped Annie, hands down, that song took him across the world. That was the one that took him across the world. Hard Knock Life is like everybody knew the chorus. Everybody knew that song is from Annie. Like
No. No.
as fuck, yeah. Like how do
Yeah.
you deal with that? And nobody really could rap on it. It's like he did it. He did it. He
Even
did that.
even Austin Powers sampled it.
I mean, it's like I said, it's Annie, yo. This is going all the way back to the 30s. This is an old ass song. This has been, performed on Broadway and stage plays. It's like this is old. It's an old song. So, usually that always wins. Who else done that? A few people done that where they took like some Rolling Stones or when Run DMC did Rock This Way, and that was at the same time. That was the craziest shit. That song had just came out. That song wasn't even that old from Aerosmith, and they just hooked it up and then rapped on it, and it's like that shit. Like it's old now, but if you were there at that time when that song happened, it was the biggest like collabo of the century. You know what I'm saying? Nobody had ever done that. They had never done rock and rap literally. You know what I'm
But
saying? Rappers had took scratches and had some guitar riffs on them and everything like that,
mhm.
but it never connected in that way. That song is like literally the song by itself. I think is diamond like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So that song sold like 30 million times. You know what I mean? Music used to be able to do certain things. They used to bridge the gap. They used to do certain things. Now, because I'm not going to hate on people that try to make songs about peace and, coming together. They do it weird now. It's the same type sad beat. It's the same. It's like, it's the same chorus feel. They don't switch it up. They don't have no life in their music. It's all, seems all computerized. There's no feeling behind it. Back in the day, there was real guitar players. You know what I'm saying? There's sweat coming off this fool's head. Yes, he's drumming like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They're really in it. It's a groove. You know what I'm saying? Sessions they're not really creative. They're trying to do that. You've seen the Juvenile one, where they're in that little room and they actually got a band and it's like a classroom. I forgot what they call it, but they've done a few of those. Usher did one. You know, some people are trying to bring it back to the essence of what it was, but they'll appreciate you and thank you. And there's more to come. I will let you know that right now. But if we negate all that and just call it what it is, bro, you can't lie. There's nothing wrong with a girl shaking her ass. Yeah, that's cool, but that can't be all the girls. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it can't be just, oh, if we're not doing that, okay, we're making money. Nah, hip hop's supposed to be a ride. We're supposed to be on an adventure. It's like you're supposed to be taking me somewhere. That's why storytelling was the best part of hip hop because it's a story. You know what I'm saying? I don't pop in or, turn on my stream or whatever the hell people are doing to get caught in something you're living already. You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to hear about negative stuff if life's already negative? That doesn't make any sense. So once they turned hip hop into a consumerist state, and it's not about clothes and fashion, it was about lifestyles, criminalistic lifestyles. That's what hyped it up. That's what got it to suburban kids. And then, they start getting high and they start, being rebellious against their parents. And then people started looking at the music a little different. Then they started being objective to the system, F the police and all this different stuff. You want to say F the police while you're out there pimping and selling drugs and gangbanging. See, it was an oxymoron to begin with, but there's feelings wrapped around it. The whole spell casting, emotions, slavery, stuff that people aren't even going through. Oh, they treat me wrong in society. You integrated, you chose to do that. It's like they're not telling you to think at all. They're just telling you how to think. You know what I'm saying?
It
That's how you get the Tupac stuff. That's how you get this big story that people
and
are still talking about 20 something years later.
and and who also loves hip hop? The white liberal.
Yeah, they do. They do. But a lot of people are infiltrated too. I was just watching this documentary on Kid Rock talking about how he's fake as hell. Kid Rock grew up rich than a motherfucker. Kid Rock grew up so rich, like his dad had a farm, like mad acres, big ass house. They even show you the house he literally grew up in. They're like, yo, this is still their house. They still own this. This is the house he grew up in. Beautiful. White ranch, beautiful, big motherfucking house.
Did
He ends
uh,
up linking up with these street cats in Detroit. They put him on. They put him on. They made him a part of the group. They clicked up with him and everything. As soon as he got the deal, he dipped on them. And he had a
what,
chance to get one of them on. There was this dude named Chapper or Chapman, something like that. He could have got him on, but he told the record companies no. And it's like they don't even have no animosity towards him. If you listen to the documentary, they just saying to him like, "Bro, how could you do that?" And then he jumped on the court of, what I'm saying, I'm a trailer park dude, and yeah, I'm with America
Eminem?
and shotgun. Yeah, but that's what they say in the documentary. They're like, but then you have to look at a guy like Eminem, who really did grow up broke. He really didn't have anything, and it's like, look how they morphed him. You know what I'm saying? They got him talking about uh Donald Trump, dropping while the bombs are dropping, he'll be flying off in his plane. And it's like, dog, that don't even make any sense. That sound like Joe Biden. That sound like Joe Biden, pimp. That don't sound like no fucking Trump. I think Trump would be behind the gun. I think he'd be out there with the fucking the Gatling gun, ready to shoot him up. Damn it, this is my country, son of a bitch. It's like that sounds more like it. You know what I mean? But with Kid Rock, they let him play the role out, but he not even down. And then they manipulate Eminem because you really broke, you really come from nothing. So what I'm saying, $300 million
I,
for the trailer
I
park
was
white boy, like what?
I was I
Trust
was
me.
gonna ask. I was gonna ask. Was Ludacris middle class?
Yes,
Cause when he talks, he sounds educated. He doesn't sound like straight.
but can't do that. Can't do that because Lil John sounds stupid than a motherfucker. Talk to him on camera. Talk to him in an interview. That's the
I,
whole joke of Dave Chappelle. That's why the joke was so funny because what yeah. Then out of nowhere, yes, excuse me. What time is the show tonight performing? Oh
my
yes. I cannot wait to see Gladys Knight and the Pips. Hip yeah. It's like why would he do that? Everybody's like, what the fuck? Like at first, none of us got the point of the joke until we watched his interviews. And Lil John is highly educated, college graduate, all that shit.
yeah, I know.
No, that's not good to say because that's bad. Because what that's saying is the ignorance that they portray black people, that black people are doing, NAACP motherfuckers, these whole college boule kids, they are purposely playing your ignorance to your demise because you don't know
Pakistani.
that. You don't know that. You're not, the one that's out there sitting here with these contracts and hearing him talk all sophisticated. Yes, I will perform this perfectly. I will make all the Negroes in America look like damn fools and make them enjoy it. Yeah. It's like nobody's seeing that conversation. You
Uh,
just see,
l-
yeah, this
like
little
Doctor
Jim
Evil, kind of.
he's that boy, and what we gonna do right here, and then ADL. That's why you got black women now singing songs saying what it is, ho. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Every black boy needs a little love. Every black girl needs a little thug. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You guys,
Mm.
we went from I know I can be what I want to be to what it is, ho. What's up? You have to see it. You have to see it. And people think, oh, it's a jingle. It sounds good, bro.
Mm-mm.
They've been having you buy bad food from jingles for years. You know what I'm saying? They're great. There's nothing but fucking lead poison in this motherfucking cereal. What the fuck? This shit was actually made for depression. That's what they made cereal for. This is not even. You're not even supposed to eat this.
You, you mentioned the jizzer.
Yeah.
Y- Um, h- how do we know he wasn't just plain smart?
The Jizza does have interviews with scientists and political people. I mean, out of all the Wu Tang, he is the only one that has a course at colleges. He's a great chess player. I mean,
Yeah,
if
that's
the
true.
5%ers believe in show and improve, I would say out of everybody in the Wu Tang, he's shown improved the most. You know what I'm saying? And RZA is behind him
Mm.
because RZA got to do, scores for movies. He got to make his own movie. It's like there's a lot of achievements. He did some dirty stuff too, but that's not the conversation I'm talking. Then after him, I would say
Method
and
Man.
remember, as far as Jizza, I was saying education wise. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying knowledge wise, he's the most knowledgeable one. Method Man, he made his Hollywood success, you know what I'm saying? And he's still getting it today. So of course, he kind of really blew up the group. You know what I'm saying? There would be no Wu Tang without Method Man. You know. Next up, because
It,
ODB died, he would have been,
did,
up there. But I'd say Red and I mean
did,
Meth and Ghost. I mean Ray and Ghost is next.
was I I have a question for you.
What's up?
Was ODB acting like that? Was was
I
he
mean,
smarter than did he was he told to dumb himself down?
well, we know that because who do you think? If I'm telling you that Jizza is the one that's the chess player, the one that teaches at colleges, the one that's had real conversations with scientists, you know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you that, okay, this is his cousin. Who's the person I named right after Jizza success was? RZA, who is his cousin. So of course, when he's Asan Allah, way before Wu Tang even starts, we know that ODB is not no dummy. We know he knows stuff.
Mm.
We That's the whole gimmick. See, that's the shtick. You know what I'm saying? That's the stick. He wanted to be the old dirty bastard. That's the original style. You know what I'm saying? Then he switches it to Baby Jesus, but it's like no. It's ODB, old dirty bastard. You know what I'm saying? That's the style. Oh, drunken style. They even give him that on the Wu video games. Drunken monk. It's like, why? That's the image he wanted to take. They're coming out as characters. They're a group now. It's a rap group. You can be whoever you want. You know what I'm saying? Lex Diamonds. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Ghostface Killer. The Ghostface Killer. Like you can be whatever you want.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You can do
Oh,
whatever you want. He
yeah,
chose ODB. I mean, look how he goes out. Look how they die off the character. He overdoses. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Interesting. You said character.
It is a character. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like he changed his name, Dirt McGirt. Okay, now he's with Rockefeller. Like, yo, it's what people do. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's an
Oh,
image. They sold their soul to
oh,
play a character. It's
yeah,
just what does your character do to the youth? I keep telling you, it's all about the children. That's why everything's about the children. The only reason Jason Voorhees doesn't kill the kids is because he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's like his take is the camp counselors. It's revenge for letting them drown. Freddy's all about taking kids. Michael Myers is the babysitter murderer, like the babysitter slasher. So it's like, okay, there's kids around. This is the whole point of this shit, you know. Um, Milk carton kids, the secret parties at the White House kids, the like people are calling Trump a racist and all that shit. Everybody's just letting Hillary run her mouth. Talking about people are indoctrinated to radical right and shit. This bitch tried to kidnap kids from fucking Haiti, and people are still not talking about this shit. They just let this shit ride. This motherfucker had underground servers. She broke 13 fucking phones. Literally. These motherfuckers come in her fucking house and shit. They see 13 BlackBerry phones broke on the floor. Bitch, you obviously are hiding something. I don't want to hear shit. I don't.
Mm.
No.
Oh,
It's whatever. But I'm saying that to say this: the ones that bump the hip hop and wrote, they're all on that side. And if this music is indoctrinating people to do stupid stuff, have babies that are wedlock, just kill people, do dumb stuff, sell drugs, do drugs. How are you not telling me it's not a gold mine for some kid fucking molesting ritual sacrificing motherfuckers? Like, wouldn't this be a meal ticket? Wouldn't this make perfect sense? Like, make all these people dumb so we can victimize their kids. Okay, but isn't that what's going on? And people are like, well, shit, they're not having sex with the rappers that get killed. Exactly, but it's fear, it's sacrifice, and it's fear,
uh,
it's
uh,
ritual,
uh,
it's all this shit. Makes sense.
another, I was gonna say another point to bring up with the female rappers that they're kind of programming women to
Prostitute.
not only that to set up to use men and set them up in like gang activities.
Shit. Facts over facts. Men taught them that though,
That's true.
because the program is not ran by a woman, and gangs have been using women to set men up. You know what I'm saying? She's cute at the end of the bar and shit, and walk outside, get hit in the head, and rock. Like that's old. So I say it's prostitute. I say they're trying to turn our daughters into carpet munching freaks that don't have any respect for any type of law and order, and think
Y-
that it's only supposed to work in their defense. And at the end, they're just destroying the infrastructure builders, and things will be all messed up because then another person will have to come and do it that is on regular science. And then when they come over here, they're not going to have the same sweet attitude as the good men that you had trying to be decent to you. You're going to, go through some shit.
I agree. I watched the interview with Ice Spice once, and she was saying how her mum her mum thought her music was cool, but I think her dad kind of had a problem with it.
You say she's a plant. They say it was her parents is the reason that she's even in the game. But, we all knew that was an industry plan anyway. Everybody does. Her
Did,
and Safety Red.
didn't Drake push her?
Shit. Didn't Drake push Safety Red? Isn't Drake
D-
walking around with fucking light bright hair,
isn't
braids
is
right
isn't
now with the shirt, trying to match the shirt? But it's like, bro, what the fuck does it matter?
did,
Like, why didn't you match your shoes with the sweater, bro? Instead of
did,
putting all these fucking hot colors in your hair. Why did you do
did,
that, bro?
didn't Drake say he started from the bottom, but Kanye samples his uncle in one of his songs? No more parties in LA.
What are you referencing that to?
No, what's his name? Nas and Drake kind of have a similar backstory. Both.
I mean, Drake's from Degrassi. Anybody who looks at Drake like a thug is weird. Like, bro, Drake is an actor, bro. We have
No, I
pictures
see
of Drake when he was like, there's pictures of Drake when he's like 13, 12 years old, sitting
Drake's
next to a
uncle's a
white dude, a
musician.
little too comfortable. Like him and the little 13-year-old white boy is little, they just a little too cozy the way they sit next to each other. It's just, nobody's looking at Drake like that. Like Drake is not a thug. No, sing
Honestly, I think Drake's had his run in hip hop.
Drake
It,
should have never been in hip hop.
it, it hip hop's been too Draked out.
This is not hip hop.
Uh,
Singing is not rapping.
mm,
And I'm tired of people mixing the two. It's like, bro, think about where hip hop started. You know what I'm saying?
it,
It's in the
it,
70s.
it's,
It's dark.
it's,
It's in the Bronx. It's rough. Motherfuckers kill each other. Think about
uh,
what it would have been if somebody started out just singing on the corner. Not the Bob Diddy Bob the Bang the Bang.
that,
No, just singing.
that would have
And
beat him up.
never
That, that would have sucked him.
Nah, it would have been the 80s, Joy. It just threw you in the trash can. But that should have been yo, B, what the
He,
fuck you doing, man?
he, not only that, the chicks would probably be laughing at you.
No, yo,
Uh,
yo.
oh,
And the funny thing is, people used to dress weird as fuck in the 80s too, but in the 70s. But I say that to say this: Drake is not a rapper to me. Um, and Drake, like fuck NWA. Drake is one of the downfalls of hip hop. He's
I,
one of them
I,
because
I,
him, 50 Cent, and people be
Eminem.
like, "Yeah, 50 Cent. How you gonna say 50 Cent?"
Yep.
I'll explain to you. 50 Cent
Religious
because
gangbanger.
no, that's not why. 50 Cent, think about it. I'm talking about Drake. I said Drake ruined hip hop. Okay, I'm talking about singing. The problem with
Okay.
50 Cent was he's the one that exposed Ja Rule for singing, but then
Yeah.
he started singing. So
And he got
now you've already played the brains out. It's like it's a mental thing. If somebody's telling you something that's not cool, but then they start doing it, but it's a different image behind this person, you believe 50 Cent more. You believe his gangsterism way more than Ja Rule. But then he starts singing. And then that opened the door for a Drake to come in.
mm,
Because if the thugs can do it, now the wimps can do it.
mm,
Drake is way more wimpier than Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it went from medium to the extreme to just straight novice. Like now, look how weak the guys are now.
I was gonna say, is that why most guys are like feminine? Cause of Drake.
You said what kind of guys are feminine?
Feminine.
Oh, you adding on to what I just left off with. Yeah, that's the energy that's being portrayed due to the fact that a person like Drake has hit the mainstream. And now the guys are siding with it. Even the low tempo rapping and it and it it's like it's lazy. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That's not men. Men used to be assertive as fuck with these rhymes. It's like, bro, you have to get. That's how you know this shit is being controlled by like spellcasters and stuff, because people don't get vibrational patterns. They don't understand it's the frequency of energy that is being surged through conversation. That's how it's working through humans. You can get inspired by something. Yeah, that's true, but that's visual. But usually it's hearing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the base of communication that we work off. We don't have fucking tentacles, motherfucker. You got some antennas in the back of your head. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not how we work. We talk. So when you listen to, like, think about Pac. Think about the it's like
Mhm.
listen to the strength and the vibration.
Follow
That's why
me.
people are so entwined to it. All right. listen to Drake. It's like it's a weaker vibration. So now you get weaker energy from it. You know, um, strong men make strong societies. You know what I'm saying? Are good societies. Good societies breed weak men. Weak men make weak society. It's like I get the science of what they mean by that because everything's affected vibrationally. If you have nothing but laziness around, that will be the vibration. Very slow, very laid back. Some companies are like that. You ever notice that? You ever had more than one job?
It's
Okay, so some of them are high, pace work environment. Some of them are very laid back. Some people are bored at their job because how slow it rolls. Some people never notice the time at their jobs because how quick it moves. It's like, man, we're already done. Day's already over. It's just it's the arena that you're in. I'm saying all that to say this. They knew how to get the minds of people, and they're getting it through these songs, these sounds. That's how they're doing it.
it's I can tell you how.
Say what you're saying.
They program people to see their favorite celebrities as like their best friends.
Invisible buddies.
Yeah, pen pals.
Yeah, they used to have fan clubs. They used to have fan mail. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy that, with the technology, they haven't upgraded, to a fan email and shit. I'm surprised.
I remember when I was in high school or after high school, I messaged Napoleon's brother on Facebook.
Get a response.
Yep, I asked him, was Tupac a gangster? He told me no.
Well, there you go, right there. You know, I mean, it's really not about being gangster. It's about were you involved in some deeper shit because you are just a regular dude. Why are you getting all this jailhouse special treatment? Why are you getting all this 007, escape routes and shit? Like,
Yeah,
why would
well,
they do all this for you?
why was Madonna gonna visit him in jail?
That too. Why are you dating Madonna?
Mm.
Like I said, this is like a virgin Madonna. This is the '90s Madonna. This is like her prime. She's still like the
She,
hottest thing out.
she's dating Tupac. She's not dating a multi-millionaire.
Right. Or somebody from Motley Cruz or some shit. No, nah.
Someone who owns a record label.
Right. She's dating an artist. You know what I'm saying? He's got Tony Danza and Jim Carrey writing him while he's in fucking jail and shit. Like he's friends with Tony Danza and Jim Carrey.
and, and and Tupac's favorite movie, I think, was Ace Ventura.
Doesn't sound super thuggish.
and his favorite artist was Sting. Or he'd used to listen to
Prince.
Sting in his car.
Prince.
No,
It was
Sting.
Prince. It was Prince too.
Okay.
It's Prince too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So
That's strange.
it confirms your point. You know what I'm saying? It's like two favorite artists are very, light in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Even though, I was a big Michael Jackson fan, so it's the times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The men back in the '80s, like when it came to muscle, that's like action stars. You know what I'm saying? Movie stars and shit like that. But everybody was in a different groove at that time. Everybody had mascara on in the '80s. Oh, every fucking last one.
What?
The wrestlers, the singers. It's like the fucking rappers. I don't know, bro. It's just a weird ass time back then, bro. Like,
you would know this. Did Friday come out before California Love or after?
Friday came out in '94.
Okay, because
California Love was '86.
I was just wondering why he had Chris Tucker in his song.
I mean, Chris Tucker was the hottest dude at that time. You know what I'm saying? And then think about it. Chris Tucker was already on the Dre video, Keep the Heads Ringing. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a death row thing. You know, Pac, everybody wanted to work with Pac. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, people didn't want to work with him. So,
And
he got George Clinton. You know what I'm saying? He got George Clinton in the video and on the album. So, it's for the West Coast. Remember, he was doing it's the West Coast thing. And Chris Tucker being from Atlanta, he was getting his bread in California. All in Hollywood. He got the Fifth Element joint. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible character, fruitcake role, but that was a big hit at that time.
yeah,
I still wouldn't have done it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't play no character like that, but
I remember I think a couple 2 or 3 years ago or 4 years ago, Fifth Element was on a movie channel. I had the Fifth Element like 4 or 5 or 6 times in a row.
yeah.
That
I
was
mean, like I
crazy.
said, it was a good movie for its time. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It was a futuristic action movie.
it's funny you brought that up. What wasn't Tupac's first movie with Demi Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fifth Element. That's Bruce Willis's wife.
Yeah, I think Bruce is in that movie too, though. Nothing But Trouble. I think he's in that movie. I think he is.
Does that
But he's
sound
just like a
gangster?
nobody at that time, though. It's like he's not a.
But it's strange how Tupac is portrayed as a gangster thug, but he was a backup dancer for Digital Underground out of all groups.
Yeah.
Like,
That's his claim to fame.
it's
A lot
kind
of
of
people
cool.
were backup dancers. A lot of people were record holders. Kid and Play used to hold records.
Yeah, but
Ben Dupree was a dancer.
but Digital Underground are kind of goofy.
Well, I'm kind of showing you something. I'm kind of showing you that a lot of these dudes that are going to
Fake.
portray an image, that's really not their upbringing. That's really not what it was. LL Cool J is a backup dancer. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, wasn't MC Hammer a dancer at a church at first? Like, a lot of these dudes came up. Think about it. These are little kids dancing. Okay, there's a bunch of grown perverts around. It's like, that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I've been said that. I'm like, that's why they got so into hip hop and shit, because there's a bunch of young kids around dancing. And you got a bunch of perverts around watching these fucking kids. That's why all the milk carton shits happened in the 80s. That's why Hassan Campbell talking about, getting, tagged up by Africa Bambaataa. Like, people got to look at this shit. Like, bro, all this shit is in the 80s. So what the hell was going on? You know what I'm saying? It's these little hip hop scenes and shit. Oh, it's something new. It's for the kids. The kids like it. Yeah. Who else is around?
That's why I was asking you, was hip hop for the people, or was it created by the elites?
I mean, it had to be.
There was another question I should ask you. Who was the first rapper?
That's an argument. Well, hold on. Let me grab something to drink. Hold on, because I got to answer for that. All right, who's the first rapper? The reason that that's a it's not a funny question, but it's just interesting because some people will take it back to like the 40s, and they'll say there's these kind of rhymers of kind of the jitterbug days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, then you got uh, Pighead, whatever this guy's name is, I forgot. But he made a song called "Here Comes the Judge," and if you listen to it, he is rhyming. You know what I'm saying? It is basically a rap. Um, you got Blowfly. A lot of people don't know about him. He's like from like 73. And basically what he was doing was kind of what Rudy Ray Moore would do, but just parody the song. So if the song is "Let's make music together," he might say, you know, uh,
Like a Weird Al.
let's do the nasty forever. Like he was like underground. Like he's the one that Too Short credits for his rap style. He's like, my style really is coming from,
Uh,
a dude named
It,
Fish or Blowfly.
it,
Yeah, Blowfly. So,
it
I heard a couple of his songs, and I can't lie, yeah, it's kind of funny, but
uh,
it was a different time back then. It was like a black exploitation time where a lot of fresh, like raunchy stuff was coming
uh,
out.
a, a friend of mine answered your question in chat. I mean, my question.
Which was what?
He was the first rapper. A friend of mine in chat answered the question.
But what you feel like it was Dr. Seuss?
He said it, not me.
No, no, you said the first rapper. You know,
Yeah.
rhymes and riddles are not raps. You know, and we're talking about the industry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if we just want to talk about rhymes, period. You know, Dr. Seuss is not even older than Mother Goose, and that goes all the way back to England. And then you have like Moorish rhymes, you have Egyptian rhymes, like the haikus in Japan. I mean, yeah, if you want to be technical, there's a lot of rappers in that sense. But nah, you just asked who's the first rapper. You said you had a question about it, though. I'm just telling you, overall, rap has been around longer than the industry that we're knowing. Rappers delight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Hip hop, hippity hip, like it's been around longer than that. But
W- when I mean rap, I mean like established. Like who was the first person who created a rap song and, and named it a rap song?
like I said, you're gonna have to go through a lot of different people. You're gonna have to go through Aesop. You're gonna have to go through Edgar Allan Poe. You're gonna have to go through a lot of different people. There's a lot of different rhymers, you know, of times, and that's why I'm saying that. I'm like, you can even go to haikus, in ancient Japan. It's like, bro, there's always been people that have made like clever wordsmith. That's been around for a long time. Um, But see, that's an argument though. That would be a bunch of people see, it's not black people that made rap. And it's like, then you're gonna get into a whole nother discussion. So I tend to just say rap starts with rappers' delight, but there's always been people rhyming. Rhyming is old. Um, like I said, the doo-wop days, the jitterbug days, with
The,
Cab Calloway and all that type of stuff. It's like rhymes have been around for a long time.
mm,
But what were they talking about? That's the thing. Nobody ever really rhymed about murder and crime and corruption. That was never something that was, the business to do. But now they have made a whole industry of it. And when you look at the way that the women are turning out in it, you can clearly see it's like this is obviously not the way that we're supposed to be conducting
Uh,
ourselves because it just seems like
I'll,
we're leading ourselves to fuckery.
I'll, I'll phrase it like this. I, instead of asking who the first rapper is, I should ask, was hip hop made innocent on purpose so it could be built up to what it is now?
Well, I mean, in so many ways, I can say the same thing with rock and roll. Wasn't
I'd
riding
agree
around
if
in my
you said that, yeah.
automobile. Wasn't riding around in my automobile innocent. Wasn't you just want to rock and roll? Okay. Then it turned into fuck you, death, murder, the title. It's like okay, cool. So it goes both ways.
Yes.
I guess the spell casting of the rhyme. This is going back to the Peter Piper or Pied Piper shit. He puts the rhythm behind it, leads them to their death. It's like, okay, so the parental advisory sticker doesn't matter now. We have the internet. People can just listen to whatever they want. But was
Well,
music is always going to influence people. Yo. It's
well,
just that's what it is.
well, another question, was the parental advisor sticker kind of reverse psychology?
Nah, there was a
Alright.
time, yo, where the like remember when that shit comes out, the tapes are behind the counter. You know what I'm saying? It's like the the parental advisory stuff. There's still a fucking porn room with the fucking sheet cover and stuff like, and there's a sign that says 18 and up. Like some of them had even a little camera right there. Like yo, you can't walk back in. Okay, so at that time, a lot of cats, even what's his name? Even R.A. the Rugged Man was talking about. He's like, bro, he's
Yeah.
arguing with Rude Jude, and Jude's telling him, he's like, bro, a lot of people at that time still going to the record store with their mom. Be like, motherfucker, you couldn't just grab whatever you wanted. It didn't work like that back then. You know, um, parents were a little more strict on what they
Who,
allowed their kids to listen to. Now, when it comes
who
to the
was he
ghetto,
talking to?
that's different because we had tapes. We created the mixtape. So, what I'm saying? A tape to get passed around, 3 blocks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's hearing the new song because all this stuff is street music. So you'll get a chance to have a tape. You get a mixtape. It's like, yo, you heard of this? You know what I'm saying? It's a new cat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his name is Schoolie D or whatever the case may be. It's like, yo, it should make it from New York all the way to fucking Philadelphia. It's like, yo, this is the same tape that was from 129th Street. Like, yo, word. Like, it was just there like 3 months ago. It's circling around. It makes it all the way to Texas. You know what I'm saying? Barely gets to LA. But it's like, dudes was making rounds with music before they was getting in the industry. So, the game was different way back then. What I will say about the parental advisory sticker is you could say to kids that had money and had a way to get it, yeah, it made them, a little more thirsty to get it. But a lot of people was also lucky. They had older brothers, they had cousins and shit. You know what I'm saying? They already got it. That's where, like I said, the mixtape, people record stuff. That used to be wild. Like, yo, hold on, let me get my tape. You know what I'm saying? Recording songs and shit. Like, technology has came a long way. Came a long way from the toilet paper and top of the tape. You know what I'm saying? To get this fucking recording going, it's like it's been a long while. And I guess that's why now it's more easier to demonize a mind because it's so easier accessed. You know what I'm saying? It used to be harder to get to. Always remember
No,
the little
y-
Asian girl faked her death and then she comes back out banging on her fucking parents, yelling
was it
all on
little
the
T?
internet. You know what I'm saying? Yelling all on the internet. The internet supposedly faked your death, but then they allow you to come back out talking shit about your parents all verbally. And this ain't weird to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
You mean you mean little T?
Yeah, you know who the fuck she is. You know who I'm talking about. Look, this shit is
No, not only that, they said her and her brother died.
that's what I'm saying. They playing out flukes all on the internet, getting people in their
But
emotions, but
but
yelling at
but
people at the same time.
but but they can't find Tim Dog.
Shit, they can't fucking find any fucking body. They got KVD, but he didn't do it. Oh shit. So the whole game is messed up.
I'm surprised I didn't say Napoleon ordered Fox hit.
I mean, nah, we got his mom talking about he did it. You know what I'm saying? Once old boy's mom came out, Gaddafi is like, what can you say? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna argue with somebody's mama. I just find that weird that it's all interconnected. Like, why y'all fucking in the same group? Y'all around the same people,
Mm.
but somebody's mama is accusing you of having something to
Is
do with the death of her son.
it, do we know if that's even his mum?
I mean, Napoleon's kind of confirming it. He said he used to give her money.
Yeah, but Napoleon's in on it, remember?
I know, but that's the thing. That's the whole thing. It's like he said it was his cousin who did it. He did it. All right. He's at his girlfriend's house. We just watched the tape. So, so it's like it's hella weird. KVD is a plant. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to say that he's not. We all know that at the end of the day, he has to be a plant because it doesn't make any sense. He's not the shooter. They're saying Dre is, but wait a minute, everybody in the car that was in the car is dead. So this
But
looks like
it,
a witch hunt, what they would call it.
it, in, including Tupac, except Suge, which doesn't, like you said before, doesn't make sense because Suge's a bigger target and he's bigger.
Yeah, the whole story don't make no sense. Everybody's making Tupac like he's Gandhi, and he's
Mm,
not fucking Gandhi. He's not the
mm,
bigger hit. He's just a
mm,
funky rapper
yeah.
that just got bailed out. Suge
Yeah,
Knight is the
yeah, yeah.
MOB blood.
Who cares about the pawn? You get the general.
I mean, if you want to say it like that, it's not, neither one of these motherfuckers is top dog. But what
Mm,
I'm saying is he's fatter. The shots are coming from the side of the car. Even if you got out of the car, it's like, why would he lie about getting shot? You know what I'm saying? How did you hit the little dude so many times you didn't hit the fat dude at all? He's the blood, you're the Crips, he's the rapper. Who gives a fuck about the rapper? Like, that's what I'm saying. That will never make any sense to me. Why is the rapper such a key value just because of a beat down that never even happened? It's like
mm,
there's no hits, he's not getting beat up, there's nothing that happened, you know. And this is another reason. See, this is interesting. This is real interesting. This is how you know the streets didn't know what was going on because Monster Cody confronts Baby Lane. He confronts Orlando, and they say Orlando in the transcripts. It's Monster Cody talking about it. It's like in his book. Orlando's kind of like hesitant to kind of like deal with Monster Cody, and then they talk over something. They lead to a discussion, and they part ways. No fight happens, but the way that they say it insinuates that Monster Cody didn't know anything. Like he's really thinking that it was real beef and all this different stuff that happened with his boy Pac and all this different shit. But at the end of the day, you don't even realize that Pac is faking his death. He's not really dead at all. Because I keep telling people nobody was there. All you see is bullet shots in the car. You're not getting anything else. This is true. He wasn't. But he was involved with the Orange Project shooting of
You see him in the
Gaddafi,
picture.
where he's at his girlfriend's house and he says, "Oh, it's just it happens. It's in the streets," but it turns out it's Napoleon's cousin. So it's like y'all all from Jersey, y'all part of this group. Like this shit just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? It had to be an inside job. Y'all part of the same group. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Oh no, I've been said this shit a long time ago though. That story don't add up. That story don't add up just like Kanika Jenkins. They end up finally getting a private settlement. And it's like, hold up, how the fuck is the settlement private if the shit was all publicized
Mm.
and it was all recorded on that's another video I need to do. It was recorded all on the hotel camera. People got uh the tapes. You know what I'm saying? Regular people on the internet, everybody's fucking chopping the tape up, pasting it, rewinding it. You got psychic tellers talking about what they know what happened, all this weird shit. It's like this motherfucker ends up dead in the fridge that wasn't even on. So, and there's water on the body and shit, but the fridge don't even work. The fridge not even on. So then it's a private settlement at the end. Oh shit, it's fugazi. I mean, distractions, bro. Like to what though? Like that's what I'm telling people. I'm like, yo, you can either go the Indian route, which makes a lot of sense, but then also, okay, look at the country. For the people on the outside of America, the United States of America, I understand you're not concerned. I bet you're not. You probably have your own problems. Makes sense. But for the people that are here, we're the most in debt we've ever been. We've never been this bad. We've never had so many lazy pencil pushers working. We've never been this bad. We've never had so much an influx of people and inflation at once after a pandemic. We've never had all these problems at once. It's like now they want to solve Tupac murders. Now they want to do lifetime fucking movies of Dear Mama. Like, bruh, do you see the cash count? Do you see it? Do you see this is why they keep these things around? Like I said, Elvis is dead. He's too old. Like nobody's fucking with Elvis no more. Now we got Tupac. You know what I'm saying? The new Elvis.
I choose the new Michael Jackson. I'd say.
Nah, Michael Jackson's still making money. What are you talking about? Michael Jackson's still making memes. They're making Michael Jackson memes just of his face's expression. Girls
I,
still talking
I,
about they would have dated him when he had the
I didn't
fucking
mean it in
beard.
that way.
Like this shit. No, I'm serious. I'm being dead serious with you. The only reason I'm saying Elvis is because Elvis by himself rolled out
Okay.
for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just Elvis. They had the Duke for a minute. Fucking everybody was on that. Superman and shit. It's like, bro, there's a lot of different icons that people still mess with. I'm just saying, Pac to me is like the Elvis of this shit. Because motherfuckers will say, oh, they be dressing up like him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we spotted Pac at a fucking party. Like, bruh, he's the only rappers imitated him. You know what I'm saying? Like I
It,
said, I
well,
got shot thrown up in a van. That's not Tupac,
yeah, that's all too back in Mexico.
right? See, you know what I'm saying? He was eating enchiladas. Like, come on, man. Fucking Pac is like,
React.
where's Waldo and shit? Where's Tupac?
Yeah, remember the
It's
song?
funny as shit. Yo, I'm gonna have to like advise the fucking elites to do that. Yo, y'all should make a Where's Waldo Tupac edition book. You know what I'm saying? Find Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Is he at Quad Studios? Is he is he in LA while he's on parole from fucking Clinton Max? Is he? That's another thing we was bringing up earlier. We was off camera with that shit. But yo, man, how does a person get bailed out of a rape charge that he's already sentenced on, and he's in California when he's on probation? Who is this
and
parole officer? Like, who
and
is this motherfucker that's supposed to be watching this dude? Because this motherfucker is not out here. He's in California.
not only that, a gangster named Suge Knight bailed him out.
That was on probation at the time. So a guy with a criminal record who's a part of a active gang goes in to bail out a fucking rape accused sentenced person. He's already
This
sentenced. This
sounds
motherfucker
like
gets
a movie.
bailed out by a criminal that's on probation at the time. And he leaves where he's you know what I'm saying, paroled to. He leaves the town. Remember, he still has to piss in the cup. He still has to, meet with this fool every week. How the fuck is he in California? And look, he's violating probation already. He's already violating parole and probation, not even just by leaving. What's the first thing he does? The fat bitch is why I fucked your wife. West side for life. He's doing criminalistic threats. He's fucking saying he's fofo, make sure all your kids don't grow. All this shit while he's on parole, fresh out of bail from a criminal who bailed him out in the weirdest way because he was already sentenced. That's the craziest shit ever.
And
Like, what the fuck?
and he said, and Tupac already said he was signed to Interscope before Suge Knight bailed him.
I mean, see, that's the thing. When Tupac Hoax is arguing about the digital underground and the Interscope daughter liking his tape, signing, he forgets that digital underground could possibly have been like off of a side company that was with Interscope. Because
Okay.
Death Row is under Interscope too. That's the weird thing. Death Row was around Interscope as well. That's the weirdest shit. And here's another weird thing. Why does the sign from St. Ives and the sign from Interscope look kind of alike? You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever really noticed that, but the reason I'm saying that is because they were the ones who got all them fucking cyanide beer commercials. Yeah, you had a few, you know what I'm saying, the East Coast, you had Biggie and you had Wu-Tang, but that's pretty much it for the East Coast. For the West Coast, they had everybody. Snoop had one, Pac had one, Warren G had one. It's like even the beat that Biggie rapped on was a West Coast beat. So it's like they had Ice Cube, he had one. It's like everything was all West Coast like at that
Did,
time.
did you know on the ODB song was it, I forgot which one, but he had on the remix he had the West Coast rappers on it. I think he had E40 and MC8.
You talking about a Pac album?
No, ODB on one of his songs, a remix. He had some West Coast guys on it.
You sure it was ODB?
Yeah.
Because I know RZA done one. It's called We Pop or Bang Bang, something like that.
We
Yeah,
pop the
yeah. So
remix.
right. So I know
But
that.
ODB had one too.
Hmm. Shit, I can't. I can believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's just I can't place the song.
I think it might have been Shimmy Shimmy Ya remix. Or was it Brooklyn Zoo remix? I can't remember.
I mean, collaborations is collaborations. They happen. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yep.
and then at the time, like I said, they was hot too. You know, that remember one of them gets they chain snatch and Death Row gets you back. I did that. You know what I'm saying? Tupac, I did that. I got the chain back. You know what I'm saying? For the Wu Tang. You know what I'm saying? So, they're
It's it,
they're
if
on that
if that
too.
actually happened.
Well, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Who is Pac running around with? Pac's running around with a bunch of Muslim dudes.
Mm,
Okay, from New Jersey. All right. Wu Tang is from New York. Bunch of 5%ers, bunch of Muslim dudes. Okay, so you know who they say shot Biggie. Remember, it's the Muslim dude. You know what I'm saying? The dude with the bow tie. It's like, why do they have all that shit around it?
mm.
And motherfuckers be like, what are you saying? I'm saying Farrakhan has been in Chicago for the longest, and that's where the most black people are getting murdered. So I don't know.
Not very religious.
Maybe it's a situation. Maybe there's some sneaky shit going on. It ain't just um, Illuminati has no colors. You know what I'm saying? I say it like that. They, like
Colors
Bill
as in
Gates.
race.
No, they have no colors. Like anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? Why
Okay.
you think there's all colored prostitutes? You know what I'm saying? There's all colored businessmen. There's all colored gays. There's all colored races. There's all like why do you think it's like that?
The rainbow.
Yeah, okay, but I don't want to regulate it to something that they're envisioning to people today. What I'm saying is they rig the game and they buy on both sides. They have all the players on the board. If the world is a stage, okay, who's on the stage? The players in the game.
So,
Because
so,
the
so,
stage is not just like an act is an action. Yes, this is true, but an
so,
action in what? The stage. So when you
so,
walk out your house, you're already on the set. You know what I mean? That's
so
why eventually people from the streets called it the set. It's like all
then
this shit, they're all connected, bro. All of them are connected. All the leaders
have
of these gangs are Masons, all the fucking directors, the police, the fucking fire department, like all these motherfuckers are connected. All of them are.
question for you.
What?
Then how do you know the orange one isn't in on it?
The orange what?
The orange number 45.
Oh, you talking about Trumpy. Um,
Yeah.
because he wasn't in there. Like that's the only argument that we have for him. It's not like people are, oh my gosh, what would I do without Trump? No, that's not what they're saying. They're saying he wasn't involved. His
In
way into politics has nothing to do with his way into the industry. You know what I'm
so,
saying? Do
yeah.
I do
But
I do I know that he's connected with people? Of course he is. If he's
but
sitting there taking pictures with people that are wearing two different sweaters
if
at assassinations, then of course he knows something. But what has he done to me? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they give him is he felt that the Central Park Five was guilty, and it's like, bro, a lot of people thought they was guilty, and even if you say they weren't guilty, they still on tape admitted to doing it. So that's a catch 22. It's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't really blame somebody at the time of seeing a riot in the park and a girl gets raped and people are robbed and hitting it. It's like, bro, he's just going with the tide. That's what it is. But that's all you really have. You know what I'm saying? The whole people are racist or rapists. Come on, bro. You guys are taking stuff out of context. You know what I'm saying? I could do that with everybody. Now, his involvement to me, if it's about, if it's on some old some, heal the world shit. Like if you guys are arguing that he's taken out generals of Iranian military, and he's, what I'm saying, Bogarting and all these other countries, he's sticking his chest out. If you're arguing about, he wants to build up a wall to protect his country, he wants to lock up criminals. If you're arguing any of them points, I can't fuck with you because you don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? The older I get, the older I get. So I have to look at society the way that it is. I want kids able to safely walk down the street. Yes, I do. Just as much as I want the person driving the car to obviously see the kid fucking 20 yards ahead of them playing with the ball that rolls into the street to instantly hit the brakes. Just like I want that, I want safety for the old people and the kids going to school and the regular hardworking citizens. Yes, I don't want a bunch of crime around. You know what I'm saying? I know why crime is around. There's a lot of different reasons. Yeah, there's the industry, but then there's also the dynamics of the workforce that we created in the 50s and the 60s due to wars and feminine, like feminism rights, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, because it took the woman out the house. There was no burglars on the street that could exist because there was always a woman there, and all the neighborly women knew each other. They used to pass around recipes. They used to do all different types of stuff. So they were all stand guard. They were all there. You know what I'm saying? The dog was there. You didn't need a video camera system really because there was always somebody around. There was nannies back then. There was just a different life. So I'm saying that to say this. Donald Trump to me is not the fucking end of the world. He never was. The whole scapegoat they put behind him, that shit was not even real. It never was, because you can't say somebody's an evil genius and dumb at the same time. You can't say somebody's a dummy. That's all they kept saying. He's dumb. He shouldn't be in the office. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's dumb. But then at the same time, he's an evil genius. Oh, he's stealing fucking documents. Oh, he's thinking about taking over the world. Oh, he's linking up with the Russians. The fucking like, dog. He's a genius. Any idiot, that doesn't make any sense. Like that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? You know, what I'll say to that is this. Everybody is in the game. Everybody that you see on the stage is in the game. But the orphanage does exist. You know what I'm saying? The soup house does exist. The clergymen, the true ones, the ones that aren't, doing anything, those do exist. Good teachers do exist. Good, healthy culinary schools. The stuff does exist. We can't just look at the world as it's all negative. So with that being said, how could Trump be negative in the sense of what is? You know what I'm saying? People buying up land and wars and all this different stuff. You were getting more money when he was in office. People feared your nation when he was in office. You really don't have any dirt. You have what they made up, and then you have some tax stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't really trip off the tax stuff because I'm like, that's all of them. Every last one of you are doing that. So I'm not. He even said that on stage. He's like, everybody's doing it. What are you talking about? Like that. You'd be a fool to get mad at me and not mad at the people accusing me that are doing the same thing. That doesn't make any sense. So if y'all able to, keep your taxes straight to where you ain't got to pay out as much, and you've been paying out 60%, I really can't get mad at that. I was getting more money with this dude in office, so obviously I'm not losing. It's just people, you can't control your posse, you know what I'm saying? Who he is being represented by, they claim are the racist ones. When in actuality, historically, that party is not even made for racism. It has nothing to do with that. So you can clearly see there's a game being played. That's why it's different. There's Republicans, and then there's the Trump MAGAs. They're total different group, total different ideology, way different thing. You know what I'm saying? So who else would you have? That's what I tell people in America. Who else would you put in there? You guys name it. Who else would you put in there? Kamala Harris, Oprah Winfrey, Al Sharpton, Shaquille O'Neal. Want to be a basketball player, and obviously you really want to be Hollywood. You really want to be, Kazam, because he said he's running for president. I think I'm like, yo, this is so fucking the system. This is hilarious. This guy has
Will
an acting
Smith.
right. You know what I'm saying? Denzel Washington, like, because your guys want Barack Obama so bad again. Like, who was the worst president ever? Like, we just had a bad run in America from Clinton to Bush Jr. to Barack Obama. We just had a bad run. And that's why we're 30 something trillion now. I mean, you could tear it all down, but the only people that are gonna have nowhere to go is the blacks and the Indians. Those people are screwed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else can leave. Everybody else, they still got their language. We know you're not from here. Like, everybody else can leave. Those are the only ones that be screwed. You know what I'm saying? China take over, and there will be no more documentation. The Constitution will not exist. So that means there is no more First Amendment. There is no freedom of speech. Can't say anything. All this stuff, like, that's what people don't logically get. America is your last hope. It really is. It's your last hope on earth because it's the only one that gave you certain rights. It's the only one that believes you have unalienable, rights that can't be stripped from you, simply given to you by God. Other people don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Homosexuals in Saudi Arabia get pushed off a cliff. Facts. You get pushed off a cliff. Now, they don't have unalienable rights given to them by Allah. No. You're gay, you're dead. You know what I'm saying? It's like females get pushed into sex trafficking early in the motherfucker in Asia. There's a big problem in Asia. Like, people have recorded it. Females getting, like, basically just took, carried away. It's like this white dude had a camera on. He intercepted and saved like a couple. He records himself doing it. But I think he's snatched up all the time. So I don't know about, tearing it all down, but I know, I know there's a lot of work to be done. No, I don't. Look, both of you make good points. You know what I'm saying? Where, democracy and not a republic. The problem is, you just had to do your flag salute, and to the republic for which it stands. There is no democracy. That's the craziest part. It's never been a democratic place because you have freedom. Like, you literally can shoot somebody that comes on your land fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now there's a lot of problems where, but in a lot of them southern states, it's still the good old American way, no trespassing. So it's still a republic. It's just being ran by these Democrats, and Democrats are not good for business. They never have been. Like I said, look at Russia. Russia is Democratic. Motherfuckers don't believe it. They'd be like, oh no, they're communists. No, bro, they're Democrats. Just talk to people from Russia. They'll tell you. I've been in a democratic fucking society my whole life. And that's why I'm in America. I would ever go. And is Americans are raised different. They're raised sweet. They're light in the ass. They've never really dealt with true poverty. They think poverty is living in a fucked up building on food stamps. No. Poverty is going into a landfill to look for breakfast. You and your little sister rag fucked up clothes. You know what I'm saying? Poverty is shitting in the middle of the roadway and having no shame in it. There's no facial expression anyway. Even when you're shitting it out, even with none of that. You're just plain face. Get up and walk off. Nope, no toilet paper. Nope, not even a fucking leaf. Nope. Just hop up and keep walking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Bottles and shit floating up on your fucking river bank. Just gang them. There's no cleanup crew. There's no people with spray bottles and water bottles. And yeah, we're here to save the world. None of that shit. So,
Just
Americans think it's sweet when it comes to their vote. It's for the people. The president that you pick is for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, people don't want to go either way. They want to say, well, what about independent or liberal and stuff? Liberals will destroy you. Liberals are working through the Democrats. They've already kind of borderline destroyed you. As far as
oh,
independent, none of you are strong enough to be independent. Like, these groups, you're not united. You know what I'm saying?
how?
I don't see how you would do it independently. The only reason I say Republican is because blacks have never done it. They've never done it in the 21st century. They've never been all Republican. They've never done it. It is so weird because it's like, well, if it was just a switch last time that you're so bragging about, you keep bragging about the switch, and all you did was end up Bojangles on the stage. We're talking about fake psyop murders right now. They're revolved around you. Okay. If that's all that happened and you're broke and you keep saying these Republicans have all the money, why wouldn't you be with the people with all the money? Like, I just don't understand it. They're asking for your vote. They want your vote. You know what I'm saying? Because both sides want your vote. So it's not like they're like, nah, get out of here, nigger. We don't want your vote. No, they're not doing that. They want your vote. So why wouldn't you just switch? If you've stayed on one side this long for 56 years, why wouldn't you switch? Like, don't you see it? You're not getting any better. And only one side is talking about one thing. I'll keep bringing this point up forever. Black people don't want to call out their trash. White people have been done that. They have been separated themselves from white trash. They're the ones who made the name up. Hillbilly, hick, they created a separation. Black people don't have no separation. They think all of them are innocent. All of them are good. None of them did anything wrong. It's like, well, that's where your problem is. Your problem is not admitting something. Everything has duality. So it's like you have to separate from your ignorance. And your ignorance is coming from clearly seeing that you're voting for people that have not changed your condition. This doesn't make any sense. They're moving immigrants in your condition. All right. They're like, you know what? Scoot over, move over. Move over, you juggle buddies. We're bringing, yeah, we're closing down your football fields. Yep. We're putting up tents for people with no IDs. Yep. And we're going to give them jobs. No, we're not going to hire you. No, not at all. We'll hire these people. Yeah, they're automatically hired. It is like, see, and that's where these protests in Chicago are going on right now, in New York, and all this different stuff, because people that have been here are starting to notice something. You haven't got shit this whole fucking time. Okay. And now they're willing to push people out, or you out, and put people in your place, but still vote for me. And you've been arguing that you've been broke and that these people have all the money. I'm sorry, but logic would clearly tell me I need to stop talking to you who have not helped me at all, and I need to go where the money is. And that would make more sense, because they want you to fear God. They want you to keep your guns. They want you to have families, and they want you to go to work. I don't see a problem with any of this. It's the people that are begging for free money and allowing people to do drugs and sell drugs and rob people and make a bunch of stupid excuses. Those are the ones ruining your town and your money and your land. You have to separate. Like I keep telling you, it's cool to like rap. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, but you have to eventually turn the tape off. You have to turn it off. It can't be your life. So, but can you blame them? With all these, thug tales and shit, they have all these people out here doing interviews. He's a real life criminal, locked up for 19 years. Murder man. Yeah. He's a drug dealer. Yeah, he raps too. Yeah, look, he's an artist. Feel my pain, feel my struggle. When I stabbed a dude in the neck, my fucking handle broke. Sucked. Yeah. We want to interview these people. You know what I'm saying? People don't listen to the songs and shit, and they just be like, "Yo, he's just an entertainer." This ain't fucking entertainment. How the fuck are you entertained by somebody talking about killing somebody, bro? Sound like you're a sick person. There's something wrong with you. All action movies do it all the time. Dog, there's a premise, motherfucker. You act like this dude's on the mic telling a story or something. No, he's not. There's no revenge in this shit. It's like, no, this is just bullshit. Motherfuckers out here selling drugs, arguing with each other, shoot each other. Oh, sure, he shot the homie. I got to ride, revenge. Meanwhile, crackheads out here not taking care of their kids. They smoking cracks. It's like, man, I can't do this shit. I can't do this shit, bro. I can't do this shit. All I'm saying is, I know the game is rigged, but it's through the people's sight that they can at least get their way out of this shit. You can't just look at it like, oh, everybody that you have in front of you is dirty. No, some of these people really do want to help people. You know what I'm saying? That's how you corrupt people. They get corrupted. You know, we just got to see better than what we've been seeing. That's all I'm saying. And rappers is out. You give fuck nobody. It's cool, yeah, you rhyme, yeah, whatever. But you can't be looking at these motherfuckers like the ones that are on the stage are going to guide you to freedom. No, they don't. They always put us on some dumb shit. Never fails. Even the white rapper didn't even help the white kids. Ain't put him in no suit and tie. They started acting just as ratchet as the black people. Fucking riff rap shit. 1,000 colored fucking diamonds in his mouth. And like, man, it's a joke.
Eminem, Purple Pills.
Fucking D12. Gave us a whole group of retards. Look at this. Like,
Yep. And I think on the second album, Bizarre has a song called Just Us that's like pederast.
yeah, you brought that up before.
Yeah.
Yo, man. This shit can go on forever. But nah, yo, I appreciate y'all stopping by. And Mash, you already know, like I said, I'll add more about that Fatal Hussein
Mm.
car crash shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into that because that shit don't make any sense. But I damn sure gonna get at y'all. What do you say? Wait, before I get about it. Exactly. Exactly. The people that do help get, usually, swallowed in by the spider, you know what I'm saying? It's the system. But that's why real people gotta have their back before they get caught up into them situations, and now with this freelance being able to talk, you know what I'm saying, just on the internet, maybe that's what can happen. Things can, get linked up on the outside where they have no choice but to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? That's how Tucker Carlson was able to keep his name popping. You know what I'm saying? He had so much of a fan base, he didn't need flocks. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, whatever. And then Elon gave him a shot on that, but he was already on that. But Elon's like, yo, I'll put it to where it's like a premium. They got to pay you to watch the shit. Business is business, you know? So, like I said, until the next time, y'all, peace and love. Yo, I got to go. But, Mass, I'm going to holler at you probably like in like 40 minutes.
I'll be asleep by then.
Oh, yeah. Y'all had a different time and shit. Yo. I'll holler at you tomorrow, man. All right, y'all. Peace.